Hey YouTube, Farm Reagan here. Welcome back to the channel. So today we're back in the shop, as you can see. You might be thinking, well, maybe this is the video that where we're gonna start building the gooseneck trailer. But if you had read the title and clicked on the video, you already know this is not about gooseneck trailer. I have had some delays regarding getting the steel for that trailer. The steel supplier messed up my order, my quote, and it's taking longer than I thought to get my steel. I live not a long ways from town, but a far enough ways from town that I don't get down there very often. And so it's taking me a little bit longer than I wanted to get the steel for that project. Two, my shop has been full of truck and flatbed. Why is that when I mentioned that I was going to go put it in another barn? Well, that barn is full of hay, and it was supposed to be empty by now. It is not. And in communication with the person that's going to buy the rest of the hay, that hay is probably going to sit there for the better part of this winter. So I have no real place to put the truck with the flatbed because I don't want it to get rusty. I don't like sticking bare metal projects outside. It just requires a lot more prep time, and you start getting rust. And once you start getting rust, it's really hard to get rid of rust once it has started. So all of that kind of got me thinking, and you guys have left me some really good comments in the last video of this series regarding how I can paint this flatbed in the shop. And I've decided we're going to go ahead and paint this bed before starting another project. I think it's just, I want this thing done really bad. And I've been thinking about how to do it, and I think I have come up with a way of doing it. And I'll kind of go over with you and show you a little bit. I've had some delays this week that have put me behind on videos, but I wanted to give you guys an update today. So there's going to be kind of a short little video on what's going on and what you can expect in the future videos coming up this weekend and if you, in the future. But what we're going to do is the shop's a bit of a disaster right now because I'll show you that in a minute. But I think what I'm going to do is this area right here, along this side of the shop, I've got plastic, and I'm going to drape it in that area. That's where I keep my lathe and my milling machine and everything in that part of the shop. So I'm going to put plastic there, and then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put plastic on this side of the shop running this way. I don't really care so much about the stuff on the shelves. There's nothing terribly important up there that I can't get a little paint dust off of. And then the plasma table is the only other thing sitting over there in the corner that I've got to really make sure I button that one up. That one I am worried about. I want to make sure I get that one really buttoned up so nothing can get to it. And then I don't know if you can see, you might be able to see in the background. Let's see if I can aim this right. There we go. You can see right above my head there, I've got some fans in the shop. And I'm going to turn them on high when I go to paint this bed. And if I can pay attention to what I'm doing here, I'm going to turn them on high when I'm painting the bed. And then I got some really high-powered fans that I'm going to stick in the back over here, aiming towards where the door is. The door, I'm facing the roll-up door. The door is behind you guys. I'm going to aim the fans that way while I'm painting. Hopefully that'll get rid of 90% of all the overspray and everything from painting this bed. Now, once I get the bed painted, shoot all the paint and everything, I can then shut the door and start a fire in the shop to cure the paint. And we might have to let it sit a few more days than normal to let that cure. We got plenty of other projects that we can do during that time. But let it cure for a while, and then we can go ahead with wiring, decking, and getting this bed completely done. I'm probably not going to mount it quite yet because I've got to do some things to the truck first. I've got to deal with the back of the truck, putting a hitch on the back of the truck. I really like to paint the cab, but that I think is going to be in the future down the road. But the bed's going to be done and all ready to bolt on, and a couple wiring connections, and it'll be done. So I am going to finish the bed in this series. So yeah, that's on the docket. We are going to go ahead and finish this bed completely, so it's all done before we move on to another project here and tie up the shop. Because while this is a pretty good sized shop, I don't have a lot of area to actually work on projects. I've got a lot of, as you can see, area for toolboxes and shop equipment. So we just need to get this project wrapped up and done. So, but I'll give you a sneak peek about what it looks like right now. I haven't really done a whole lot to it, other than I did move the truck out of the shop. I got the bed off of the truck and sitting on sawhorses here. So I'll show you that here in a second. So here's the bed. It's sitting on sawhorses. I got a lot more room now in the shop to move around it, besides the little bit of junk over here that I've got to pick up. The shop's a little bit of a disaster from getting everything moved out of the way, getting the truck out of here. So I got to spend a little bit of time and do that. But yeah, it's a lot lower to the ground here, so I can work on it a little bit easier. I've still got some welding I've got to do on this thing yet that I couldn't do with it on the truck, like behind the steps here, where the frame meets the headache rack, and then a couple different spots on the back of the headache rack, down below on these cross pieces and such, and on the actual headache rack itself. I've got to weld a couple spots, but for the most part, that shouldn't take too long. So yeah, that's going to be the next project on the channel. It's not really the next project. We're just going to finish the one that we started here. I don't like getting too spread out, and as you can see, I've got a lot of things going on in the channel, different projects and such. So, but I want to get this one wrapped up, and I know there's been a lot of feedback that you guys are really looking forward to seeing this thing done, and so am I. I really want to see what it's gonna look like with it painted and the deck on and the lights and everything. It's gonna be really nice. So sorry for the short video of me just sitting here talking. Like I said, I got behind on my video editing and working. I had to do a couple other things on the farm here this week that I wasn't able to do much filming. But there should be another video coming out after this one in a few days. So be watching for that. That will be the next part in this series about prepping this bed ready for paint, cutting the light holes and everything. And then hopefully after that, we'll be painting this bed. So, and moving on and trying to wrap this project up. So I appreciate all of you guys watching and commenting, and thanks so much for the feedback, and I will catch you in the next video.